Michael Lewis was born in London, England on December 29th, 1936. As a young child, he had grown up in the worst of the bombings in England. World War II had just broken out and London was under constant stress from German air raids. After living in London for a part of the war, he was forced to flee. He fled to some of his family members in Wales. Some families weren't as lucky as him. Some families had to take part in a system called the evacuee system, where families in less crowded parts of the UK would foster children from big cities such as London to make sure that the future of the country was safe. Years later, Michael graduated with a PhD degree from Birmingham University in July 1960 in biochemistry. My grandfather was a part of the brain train. The brain train was a wave of educated immigrants who were seeking jobs in the United States. The most common course for the time was getting a postdoctoral fellowship in Canada. After applying and not hearing back from work in Canada, thinking he was denied, he applied to a private medical research unit in Buffalo, New York. After hearing back from them quickly, he decided to work there. He was wanted in New York as soon as possible. Michael was soon to be married to Shiela, and they had plans to move to the United States together. They visited the embassy together, applying for a worker's visa in the United States that would grant them 2 years of residency in the United States. By some fate, they were talking to the embassy worker, and he said to get a green card. The couple was confused as to why to get a green card, because they were going to the United States to work. The official simply replied with, "It's cheaper." And because of that, the rest of this story works. After 2 years in Buffalo, and Michael's work had expired, the couple was ready to head back to London. At this point, they had had their first child, a daughter named Karen. Knowing that the opportunities for women at the time were more, California Davis asking for an opportunity to work as a professor. His request was met with an offer, and this led to the couple to move to Davis instead of returning home. This decision changed Michael and Shiela's life dramatically. Since then, they had had 2 children in Davis, raised all 3 of them there, sent all of them to college, and Michael, 57 years later, has not retired from the university. After interviewing my grandfather and my grandmother, I realized a few things from their story. Sometimes you have to take the leap in life. Whether it being them deciding to stay in the US for more opportunities for their newborn daughter, or deciding to leave the home and the family that they know and love in the UK. The opportunities that Michael and Shiela took advantage of weren't presented. They were taken and developed through their risks, and their risks paid off. Another thing that I learned from my grandfather and his story was enjoying what you do. After graduating Birmingham University, he always found work, and work that he loved. Being able to be a part of anything for 57 years shows a true attachment to it.